We were just having a conversation, I think it was yesterday, and I said that what I've realized of what I like about K-pop music literally from Koreans, is that it's nostalgic for me because of the fact that it has like an 80s, 90s feel of what music was like back then. Like if you ask me about music like in the 21st century, I'm not a fan.
I've been thinking about that because we had that conversation. Right. I was thinking about it. I think it also has to do with, it's the style. Mm-hmm. And I agree with you. A lot of it is old, like our styles from like, our generations. But I also think there must be something in the way they, like the production of the music. I feel like Western artists like do too much production-wise.
Sample a lot.
People have always sampled, but I think like, even when you were just talking about auto-tune a minute ago, like I think they like took something that was good and like was helpful to make a song better, and they've like gone too far with it sometimes. Right. Or like right now there's a lot of like people playing around with like sound saturation in songs, and like for this generation they seem to really like that in music. Right. But for our generation, I think we like just like cleaner, more about the music, more about the vocals, more about the instruments, and like let it be that.
So what I'm talking about in regards to sampling, I don't have an issue with sampling because I feel as though there are some classics out there. But I think about Jay-Z's Tenderness. And he took that, which to me, the beat was great, but then taking Otis Redding's part and then just kept running it, and I was like, stop. Like, you're right, that's too much now.
Sometimes it's too much.
Yeah, and it's just like, that's a classic. Please don't mess with
But you don't even listen to some of the newer artists like I'm talking about. Like, I think you'd like that even less than you like the Jay-Z. Like, what they do now with sound is, like I said, like, I'm happy, like, kids like it. Like, it is what it is. But, like, for us, I think we just enjoy.
I like their songs because, one, what I said, but then even the lyrics, like, I do go back and look at the lyrics.
The lyrics matter.
There are some things, that may be said that's played around. I don't listen to a lot of the rap from the Koreans, because, sometimes I'm like, oh, okay. But like listening to the songs, especially the ones that's played on the radio, I'm like, this is so explicit right now. Like, we have people that are listening to the radio that are young, and you're already putting this out here.
That's I know. I don't.
It bothers me.
It bothers you. Yeah.
Yeah. It bothers.
I don't have the problem with it because of that. Because I think like, just like I believe with censoring books because of like words in them. Like, I there's research out there that says like kids only hear what they actually know. So like if there are a lot of cuss words in a song, they won't. It's not even
about the cuss words. I'm thinking about Prince. When Prince did,
so let me get to what I was saying. So like to me, it's not necessarily about who's going to hear it from me. To me, it's just about like the artistry is lost in that. Like to me, it's not artistic to just be that explicit. Like,
but that's
what?
But that's
like,
what I was going to.
Way too.
But that's what I was going to.
No, I know that's what I wanted to say.
Like Prince literally was saying some very raunchy stuff, but it was so implicit that two audience can listen to it and
to me
get
it's not an art
things.
If you just say it real explicitly. That's just where it is for me. Like
and
you've taken the artistry of lyricism away when you just like are throwing everything out there.
Like we talked about with Cypher 4, with that Be Healthy.
By all means, stay healthy. He said all that, and then he was like, please be healthy.
Like with your non-committal self. I will never. Make sure y'all don't.
Like, what kind of Southern woman energy is that? Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Yes, that's what that was.
I'm gonna cuss you out up and down.
Bless your heart.
That's what Sugar just did. I'm gonna cuss you all the way from top to bottom, and then just tell you be healthy. Just be healthy.
Be healthy was
way more offensive than if they had just said F you.
Like, like to me, that right there, it was just like, oh, okay.
And that's like, I think like our generation appreciates that.
I see
in a different way,
just from so many different standpoints, especially when I'm thinking about my students and them actually singing lyrics, and I'm just looking like, No. So, just looking at that, I just want to be able to listen to a song and hear the story. And I don't want to listen to a song and... Okay. But I love Mamamoo.
And if kids are singing inappropriate lyrics, I want them to be inappropriate lyrics that are written really well so that I can teach them about good writing. Because that's how I'm not kidding.
She's right.
That's how I learned about good writing sometimes was in songs. Like, my parents would be like, do you even know what they're talking about? No. Like, all right, well, let's talk about what they're talking about and how they're saying it in a really cool way that's unique, right? Like, you can... At least if it's something that's done artistically, you can that's a teachable moment in terms of style.
And I think that's why children now, as a teacher, they don't understand figurative language.
No, because it's a lost art. Literally, and I like Drake, I do, but Drake brought in this style of hip hop and rap that's word that goes with it. That's not a metaphor, friend.
In your city, faded off the brown. Nino, she insists she got more class. We know, swimming in the money, come and find me. Nemo, if I was at the club, I balled. Chemo,
that's not a metaphor. You can't just be sauce, teriyaki. No. You have to connect these things. Together. It's no.
Yeah, it's just.
And I do blame it on Drake. I like Drake. But I blame it on him. Drake? Because he still has artistry to what he does.
Right.
But all the people that came after him and started doing that, a lot of them do not.
I think
do not do it as well.
Another thing with Korean music is it's more so about group than
yes.
Just one person. Now I know that they do go out and do solo projects, but it's more so about group. Yeah. And I love, because we don't...
And audience. It's about the audience.
Yes.
It is about the audience.
Yes.
And that's different.
I'm in the process of watching Secret Garden right now, because I'm watching old stuff. And just looking at Oscar and him having to make sure that he engages with the fans, and I was like, yeah, we don't get that in America, where you're just engaging with fans. Your job is to sit there and actually connect with your fans by talking to them, signing autographs.
And there are people who do, but they're pretty Taylor Swift does that. That is a tenet of her career, is that she will always connect with her fans like that,
and that's why they love her.
Level, and that's why her fans love her, and other people hate her, but that chick connects with that chick is about her fans. She will never not. She will always do that work. She puts in that level of work. I'll say that.
Yeah, we didn't mean to get into this whole.
That's all right.